My 15F sister 17F makes me uncomfortable in my own room. My sister and I share a room. I didn't mind it at first, but now it makes it uncomfortable to be in there. She and her boyfriend are always having sex in there. I would want to go in my room and watch TV and they're in there with the door shut doing it. After it's gross, they would leave condoms on the floor and she would jokingly ask me to pick them up. I could be asleep and she sneaks him in the room at night and they would have sex. I asked her can she stop doing that in our room, but she still does it. What can I do? Should I tell our parents? We have 2 extra rooms but my mom won't let me have my own room because her stuff is in them. Make it awkward. Get up and turn the lights on when she sneaks him in for sex. Rude as hell. Tell your parents what is going on and demand your own room. It's ridiculous that you're sharing at that age when there are 2 rooms spare. Bring it up to your parents that you are uncomfortable in your room. If they ask, bring up why. You definitely need to speak to your mom about moving into your own room. From a legal perspective, your sister is actually committing a criminal offense for engaging in sexual activity in front of a minor, and if your mom becomes aware of this fact and does nothing about it, she too is committing a criminal offense through incitement. Tell your parents. It will stop quick. Should I tell our parents? 100%. Your sister lost the right to not be snitched on when she started disrespecting the shit out of you. Knowingly having sex with you in the room is literally tantamount to sexual assault. If your mom refuses to give up one of her many spare rooms, call CPS yourself. If you're too scared to, speak with a mandatory reporter at school, teacher, counselor, principal, and ask them to intervene on your behalf. You won't be taken from the home over this. Your parents are just going to get one hell of a stern talking to by the authorities. Alternatively, you can call your mom and dad's family and friends and tell them what they're subjecting you to if they refuse to give up one of the rooms. Nothing like a good old public shaming to get the ball rolling. Start moving your mom's stuff out of one of the other rooms, and if she asks, yell, "I'm tired of insert sister's name, fucking her boyfriend all the time and I want some peace and fucking quiet." Yes, tell your parents. This is extremely abusive behavior. I've been through it too, so I empathize fully. Your mom not letting you have your own rooms at 15 and 17 is so fucked up. What a cunt. I'll bet your mom would let you have your own room if you told her what's going on and why you want to move. What's more important, her daughter or her stuff? Option B. Next time they are fucking in your room, get up quickly and quietly, like you are going to the bathroom, head straight to your parents' room. Wake them both up and say, "Could you please get sis to stop fucking her boyfriend in our room? I don't want to be in there anymore." And climb into their bed. Let them sort it out. Keep trying to go to bed in their room until they sort out a decent space for you. Stand up, in the middle of the night, march around the room and chant, "Sex, sex, sex, sex." Increasing the volume. Tell your parents she is having sex, that is all that you can do. If they do nothing, then you can make a complaint to child services, but your sister deserves to be called out on it, but she might scream and say you are lying. So while you can't film them having sex, you could try and film her sneaking him into the room. WTF, of course tell your mother. I bet she thinks having you in the same room will keep your sister from having sex. Lol, you can see how that works. P.S. There's an old joke that goes, "What do you call a girl who depends on condoms for birth control? Mommy." Tell her parents. Do your parents act they give a damn? Clearly your sister has a shit attitude, zero consideration or respect for you in her parents' home. While your mom isn't even aware her daughters need their space too and doesn't even mind her things take up to space 2 rooms. I hope your mother understands and does something about it, not only to stop your sister from doing that but to prevent her from making these disrespectful actions and encourage her to own her attitude while becoming respectful. Next time they start doing that, just get up from your bed and start doing shit in the room. Start working out, drawing, playing music, something, anything to get them to leave. Also demand your own room. Like someone else said, it's bonkers that you're sharing a room at that age when there is another room you could be sleeping in. It's understandable that you'd be sharing a room if there wasn't a spare room, but since there is, it's dumb that you don't have separate rooms. Also it's ridiculous that your mom is making you and your sister share a room because the spare room has some of your mom's stuff in it. Tell your sister that you are contemplating telling your parents. She will probably be mad, but aren't you already? Tell your parents, and if they ask why, tell them the truth. Your sister is one selfish horny bitch, you must tell your parents immediately, it's really abusive action in my opinion. Or you can tell her if she doesn't stop that you're going to tell your parents. Tell your parents, if they do nothing about it please tell a teacher or school guidance counselor. It's abusive of your sister to be doing that to you. Next time the boyfriend is snuck in the house telephone your parents there's a stranger in your room. Or take pictures of the condoms to show your parents. Your sister is being unfair and frankly an awe. Yeah, tell your parents, and then ask them to move to a different room. Because she'll make your life miserable after that. It's a pretty skanky move to sneak a guy in to have sex with while your 15-year-old sister is in the next bed. And it's a pretty douche move to sneak into a girl's bedroom to have sex with her 15-year-old sister is in the next bed. I would totally tell my parents. Snitch on her so hard. Tell them. And your mom is selfish as fuck to make you share a room when there are two others. I dealt with this. I'm now 39, but when I was 15 me and my 29-year-old brother shared a room which I hated cause he would sell my stuff and my parents didn't care and he would have orgies in our room and threatened my life if I told my parents. One day I told them and they called the police, got a restraining order and he's gone, so definitely talk to someone about your situation and see where it goes from there. Eat something with a really high fiber content and drop bombs on them as they're getting frisky, and tell them, I don't know what I ate, but could you do a favor and open a window? You guys should have your own rooms anyway, you're too old to be sharing a room with an opposite-sex siblings. Maybe she will complain to mommy loud enough that she open a spare room to one of you. Tell your parents. Not only is this behavior disgusting, they are making you join in their sex games without your consent. They get a cheap nasty thrill knowing you know what they're doing. Don't let them. Next time they sneak in when you're asleep, pretend to wake up and scream the place down. So you've gotten a lot of immature suggestions, so I'll give you a mature suggestion. Tell your parents she's having sex in your room while you are in there. Parents with take care of the rest. Say, ew, it stinks in here. Hurt their feelings a bit. Tell your parents, they'll put an end to it pretty quick. That's disgusting and rude as hell. Tell your parents. If you think your parents will take your sister's side, get some evidence or start yelling when it's happening and your parents are home. Make sure that when you go to your parents, she can't deny it. And absolutely definitely tell them. This isn't okay. Bruh, you have 2 extra bedrooms and your parents force you two to share a room. That's weird AF. That's gross. Sorry. You should definitely tell your parents. So, you're 15, and sharing a bedroom because your mom is too lazy to move her hoarding problems. You are suffering from sexual abuse, as you are being psychologically subjected to sex as a minor. Tell your mom that you want your own room, or you are going to report what your sister is doing to you to a trusted adult at your school. There's got to be a better way to do it, but I think the point stands. Lol, I was in your situation and I basically just gave up and started sleeping out on the couch for years. But what galls me about your situation is that it doesn't have to be like that. This wouldn't be an issue in the first place if your mom wasn't a selfish asshole. Tell sister and parents that you will call CPS if the situation isn't fixed tonight. Nope, not okay. That's disgusting. I'd be honest with your mom. Get a spray bottle or a water gun and shoot water at them while saying, no. Bad kitty. Fill up a bucket of water and keep by your bed. Shine a flashlight on them and body shame. So my sister and I actually shared a room from when I was tiny till about I was 19 when she moved out. Although she's never been as disrespectful as your sister was, I agree with most of the comments saying that she's lost her right to not be snitched on when she became disrespectful by asking you to, jokingly, pick up a used condom gross and sneaking him in while you're there. Yikes. You need to have a lot of hard evidence to show your parents that this has gone in for some time and that you are tired of it. Honestly, me being who I am, I would have already mess with them and make things so awkward for them until she moves out the rooms. Good luck with everything. Yeah, that is not cool by your sister. Tell your parents. They obviously are okay with your sister having sex, but they should not force you to be exposed to this. If there is actually a spare room, your parents should let you stay in it. Your sister sucks, but maybe it's a first sexual experience thing. Your parents suck worse if they force you to watch your sister have sex while there is another room. I would barge into your parents' room every time your sister has the boyfriend over to tell them, they are doing it again. Good luck. This sounds shitty. Yes, tell your parents. She is crossing serious boundaries. start having bad dreams. When they are having sex, wake up, screaming, and your parents will come running in to check on you. A bucket of ice water should cool them down. Lol. I mean, I would go get your parents while it is happening and bring your mom in. I'd tell your parents about this. Your sister can't just do that kind of stuff in a shared bedroom and expect you to be alright with it. If your parents can't do much about it, then I suggest making it as awkward as possible for them. Walk in when they're doing it, turn on the lights and just casually go about your day. Whatever you can do to be as annoying as possible, do it. 100% tell your parents. If she didn't want to get caught, they should have stopped when you asked.